Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are enjoying all the videos that I am uploading. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe and also share among your friends. Today's problem is reformat the string. Given alphanumeric string S, alphanumeric string is a string consists of lowercase English letters and digits. You have to find a permutation of the string where no letter is followed by another letter and no digit is followed by another digit. That is, no two adjacent characters have the same type. Return the reformatted string or return an empty string if it is possible to reformat the string, right? So that is the question. Basically, you are given with alphanumeric string and you have to arrange basically letter followed by a digit or digit followed by a letter, but no two digits should be adjacent or no two letters should be adjacent. So let's go ahead and look at this example, right? A0, B1, C2. So this is actually, in fact, it is already ordered, so you don't have to do anything, right? So you don't have to do anything for this. You could just return that, or any permutation is also fine. That is what it said, right? Reformat. But in this case, example 2, lead code, right? So in this case, even though the question says alphanumeric, right? In this case, only alphabets are there, no numerical characters. So that's why we cannot do anything, right? So that's why you return an empty, right? In this case, the example 3 case, right? You have all the digits only. In that case also, you going to return a empty string. So for example, the 4th, right? COVID 2019. In this case, there are 5 characters and 5 letters basically and 4 digits, right? In this case, we can finally get 1 letter and 1 digit, 1 letter, 1 digit, right? So like that we can do it. So that's this one of the permutations. There are so many permutations possible, but you could give any permutation. That's what the question is, right? Even in the example 5th case, AB 1 2 3, right? So A1, so 1 A2 B3, right? So like that, anything could be possible by giving the permutations, right? So you don't have to give this permutations only like this. In this example, 2A 1B 3, that is also possible, right? It's a permutation. So that's the thing. So here what we are going to do here is, first we will have to keep track of how many of them are characters. I mean, how many of them are English letters and how many of them are digits. So for this purpose, what I have in this particular problem is, we will have counts array which keeps track of the count of the digits, and chars array which keeps track of the count of each occurrence of the alphabet, right? Each occurrence of the letter. So if the string length is less than or equal to 1, right, you don't have to do anything. So it could be even single letter or single digit. It's a valid permutation. You just give it. So we have a problem only when the string length is greater than 1. Okay. So till the string length is greater than 1, we don't have to actually care. So in case of counts, right, so we have digits 0 to 9, right? So that's why I have an array of length 10. So to keep track of the counts for how many times 0 occurred, how many times 1 occurred, how many times 2 occurred, so how many times 9 occurred, like that. So this counts will have the counts of digit occurrences. And chars, this has 26, right? So 26 is basically A to Z. We were given the description, right? All are lowercase English characters. So there are only 26 lowercase English characters, right? So A to Z. So A will be, so for that purpose, A is the 0th index will have A's counts, right? A's counts. So likewise, if you go at index 1, first index will have B's counts, right? So likewise, 25th index has Z's counts, right? How many times Z appeared in the string S. So that is what we are going to do as a first step. So here in this for loop, what we are going to do is, if it is a digit, we are incrementing that particular digits count, and we are incrementing the digit. We are trying to see how many digits are there and how many characters are there, I mean the letters are there in this particular string S. So If it is a digit, we are going to increment the corresponding digit count. If it is a letter, we are going to increment the corresponding letter count, right? So character count we are incrementing. So now once we pass through this for loop, we need to check if digit count is equal to 0, that means no digits but characters are more than 1. That means no digits and characters are more than 1. Lead code is an example, right? So this example 2, so this one, right? And this one is for example 3, if character count is 0 and digit count is more than 1. So in this case digit count is more than 1 but character count is 0. So in this case, so these two cases we have to return the empty string, right? That's what we are going to do. And there is one more case actually. So that case is if the digit count and character count, the difference between them is more than 1. That means there are more digits than letters, or there are more letters than digits. In that case also we cannot come up with a permutation which is satisfying this condition, basically digit followed by letter or letter followed by digit. So if you want to do that combination, right, I mean that kind of permutation, we need to have the digit count, the difference between digit count and character count should be at most 1. So if it is greater than 1, we will have to return empty string, right? So that's what it is. So now going back to the logic of construction of the permutation, right? So let's go ahead and create a string builder, right, and create two variables, the index variables. So this is for the count variable and this is for the character variable. We are going to keep track of the index. So count's index is going up to 0 to 10 and characters index is going up to 0 to 26, right? So that's what we are going to do. So as long as the counts of the corresponding character and corresponding digit count is greater than 0, right, then we will enter this if loop, otherwise we will go down. So we need to make sure the current digit count and current character count should be greater than 0. If only then we will be able to append one character and one digit, right, otherwise we won't be able to. So we need to make sure we have at least one character and at least one digit. So that's what it is. So if the count is greater than 0, then we will enter. There is one trivia here. If the number of characters is greater than number of digits, right, we will start with character. If the number of digits is greater than character, right, we will start with a digit. So that's what the distinction here. And once we append the character and digit with this if and else statement, we are going to decrement the corresponding counters, right? But if this condition is not satisfied, right, we will have to go down and say, okay, if the digit is there but character is, or the letter is missing, we will increment the letter. If the letter is there but digit is missing, we will increment the digit, right? So likewise this while loop will execute till all the letters and digits have been exhausted. That means we have equal number of digits and equal number of characters are done with this while loop. But there is another case, if there are equal number of digits and equal number of letters, this while loop will suffice. But we have verified that at most one can be there. So there can be at most one more digit than character or one more character than digit, right? So in that case there is one pending which we need to add. So that could be either a digit or a character. So for that purpose what we are going to see is check if a digit is still less than 10. If so, add the digit. Or if it is letter is less than 26. If so, add that. Finally, you are going to return the string builder by converting it to a string. So like that we are going to proceed by using this algorithm. So let's go ahead and look at the time complexity for this algorithm, right? So we are going through this string once here, right? So that means this for loop will take order of string length. Let's say order of string length is n. So we will say order of n time for this for loop. And then while going through this, right, so we are trying to construct string builder. String builder also will have the same number of characters, right? Because it's whatever the string that we are going to return will be this permutation of it, right? So the string builder, this while loop will also execute not just this while loop but this while and this while and this while. Cumulatively they are going to execute equal to the order of the length of the string, right? So we are going through the length of the string twice in this case. So order of 2n, right? So since big O notation always takes away the constants, the total time complexity for this algorithm is order of n time complexity. Let's go ahead and look at the space complexity. For the space complexity, right, we are declaring two integer arrays. The length of this array is 10, the length of this array is 26. So irrespective of the length of s, we have this constant declarations, right? So you can say the space complexity for these two arrays is a constant. That means 36 integers. That is a constant, right? So going back to the next thing, string builder SB. So this will be equal to the string length, right? S dot length. Let's say the string length is order of n. So the string builder also will have the space requirement of order of n. So the time complexity is also order of n, and the space complexity is also order of n for this particular algorithm. Hope that cleared any questions you have. But if you still have any more questions on this problem or the solution, right, please leave them in the comment section. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. I would like to remind you one more time, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and also share among your friends. Please don't forget to click the bell icon. If you click the bell icon, you will get the notifications for all my future video updates. Thank you for watching. I'll be back with another problem very soon. Till then, goodbye.